Hey guys, so today I thought I'd make a video on my British Jungle Carbine rifle, and I'm actually going to make a video here and show you some of the characteristics and detailed ways of determining if you actually do have a British Jungle Carbine rifle. There have been, quite a few other videos out there on YouTube and everything else covering this subject, but I thought, I would go ahead and do a video myself. Maybe kind of add to some things other people have said in other videos, and maybe just pass on the information with my own video and in my own words. But some of you might already have a jungle carbine rifle. Some of you might have been wanting one, looking at one, but you have to be careful. Most of you guys know this in the collecting world, because some things can look like one thing or one way, and it's actually not what you expected or think it is. So you got to be very careful and pay attention to certain details, whether it's helmets or rifles, uniforms, whatever. So it's always good, to study up on things, read up on things, get reference books and different things, and just educate yourself, gain knowledge and everything. Again, none of us know it all. There's always more to learn and everything. There's always, certain learning experiences. Sometimes we got to find out maybe the hard way on certain things, but it's all just a part of the collecting and the hobby, and as it is what it is. Sometimes we just gotta try to be careful when we make purchases. Sometimes we can maybe kind of go off of feelings or emotions and end up maybe overpaying or buying something that we thought we wanted, but now realize that we don't anymore. But anyways, I hope you guys get some good information from this video. I'm gonna go ahead and bring you in closer, and let's get started. Alright, so here is my British Jungle Carbine rifle. This rifle has been in probably 2 or 3 shooting videos over the years, and one video when I first got this rifle, as well as, like whole collection milsurp, or a whole rifle collection and infield rifle collection. But anyway, so some of you guys will recognize this rifle right off the bat. Again, it's a British Jungle Carbine. It's actually known as a number 5 Mark 1. And so some of you, again, might know some of this information. Some of you might not know. So hopefully you all get something from this video. But so these rifles were made for 4 years. They were made from 1944 to 1947. This particular rifle here is actually dated to February of 1946. So about 6 months, or give or take, after World War II was over. So I would like to have a World War II example, like a 1944 or early 45 dated one day. We'll see what happens. I definitely got my eyes out. But I'll turn it over and show you here. So again, there's different characteristics to determine whether or not you have an original, British Jungle Carbine. So you see it says number 5 Mark 1. Then you got ROF, Royal Ordnance Factory, and then for Zachary, which is the F in parentheses. Then you got the serial number, and then you got 246. So like I said, February 1946. So this is what you want to see on, the side of the receiver. You wouldn't want to see like number 4 Mark 1 or number 4 Mark 1 star or anything else like that. It's definitely will say number 5 Mark 1 for sure. Now these were made by 2 companies. They were made by BSA, which is Birmingham Small Arms, or the Royal Ordnance for Zachary, ROF. So a total of, let me see, I'm looking at my notes, a total of 251,368. So over 251,000 was made. That sounds like a big number, but compared to like the regular infield rifles, the different variants, millions and millions were made. So these are definitely, they're not rare, somewhat maybe uncommon compared to your average infields and other, milsurps. But again, 251,000 made. So BSA made a little over 81,000, and ROF, the Royal Ordnance Factory for Zachary, was 169, almost 170. So this rifle here is one out of almost, it's like 169,000. But this one is an original. I did just show you the receiver, the marking to look for. Another characteristic, that way you got another one, I mean an original one, I'm sorry, is this right here. You got these cuts in the stock, cuts in the barrel. And what it was to make the rifles lighter, right? So you see, those are called lightning cuts. It's just different ways that they did to try to, again, lighten the rifle. Because, the way these came about, the purpose was, the military, wanted to create a lightweight rifle. You think the Americans, had the M1 carbine. Other countries had, like the, Mosin Nagants. Russia, they had the M38, M44. So, the British, they wanted to come up with their own version of a lightweight carbine rifle. And, it was actually looked into for paratrooper use and different things like that. The way it actually became known as the jungle carbine is, later on in other wars and different things, it actually was used in, I guess, like jungle combat. This rifle does have, what people try to say, a lot of people say it's a myth, called the wandering zero. They basically say that it's very hard to zero in this rifle to get, a good grouping or, make some good hits on a target. They say, it's wandering, like it's just so hard and difficult to, to sight it in and, like I said, get good results when you're target practicing. A lot of times stuff like that depends on the ammo you use, whether surplus or new production. There's different factors in sighting in a rifle, which most of you guys know that. But, another characteristic of an original would be the bolt handle right here. You see, mine's hollowed out. They hollowed that out. Again, another way of kind of making it lighter. The barrel is, shorter compared to a full-size Enfield rifle, as well as the stock. The stock is not full length as well. So, again, they just did little things here and there just to lighten it up, just a little bit, lighten it here and there and everything to try to get down to, a certain weight. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this rifle weighs somewhere around 5 or 6 pounds. I've got my notes, like I said, but I didn't write down the weight of it. But it's definitely not a 9 or 10 pound rifle. You know what I mean? It's definitely lighter than your average Enfield. Another characteristic is this right here. You got this rubberized butt pad. That helps with, obviously recoil up against your shoulder, your body. So it'll have this rubberized butt pad on the butt stock right there. But, the reason I made this video and others have made this video is because you would think, like, why would you want to make a video about an original, like with the characteristics of an original? Like, why would one not be original? So, there's the term Bubba. So a lot of us know that in the collecting world, that sometimes we say Bubba, or, some random person decides to start cutting up the stock on a rifle or cutting the barrel, shortening it, doing all this and that, and basically making their own version of what, a carbine would be, or just some random idea they have in their mind of the look they want for that particular rifle. So there was also a company called Santa Fe that, they started making, jungle carbine rifles, but they're not originals. They would take, number 4 rifles, Mark 1 or Mark 1 Star, and they would, start to alter them and change them up and everything to make them resemble like an original number 5. Now, they weren't doing that to deceive anybody. It was just something they started doing with, the amount of rifles they had on hand and everything. And there was, I guess there was a lot of interest in the originals, and so them being uncommon compared to original Enfield rifles, and so many were made as far as the original Enfield rifles that they started making carbine versions as well. So, again, some things you'll notice when you think you've got a jungle carbine, but it's actually not. It will not have the hollowed out bolt handle. Now, a lot of times, say you're at a gun show or a gun shop and you want to look to see if it has the lightning cuts. A lot of times you're not able to. Either the shop owners or, the sellers don't want you to, or whatever else. Or some people just don't know to look for that. I've even seen on other rifles where the stock comes a lot farther up, like right here near the bayonet lug. It's not shortened and made like this original one is. It comes way up here, and to me it just looks funny. It just doesn't look right. Now, another thing about these rifles is they also have the flash suppressor right there. These also have a specific bayonet that was made for them, and unfortunately I don't own one. My goal is to have a bayonet for every rifle that I do own, so I'm kind of looking at everything. Maybe one day, you know, I'll be able to get one. But because, you know, to me it's all about completion. I'm a completist. That's the type of collector I am. Like, I don't want to have, you know, a rifle without a sling. I don't want to have a helmet without a liner, or, you know, a uniform without pants, just the coat part, whatever else. You know what I mean? I want complete items in my collection. But anyways, guys, I'm not gonna just keep rattling on. But again, shortened stock, right? Shortened barrel, or, you know, shorter barrel. It'll have the lightning cuts, hollowed out bolt handle, rubberized butt pad, again, for recoil. So it will be marked again on the side. You'll see number 5 Mark 1. You'll either see ROF or you'll see BSA. Those are the only two companies that made the originals. Again, like I said, mine's 246. You might see one that might be 547, for example, or 944 or whatever. So that would be the month and year of production. But anyways, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like my number 5 Mark 1, also known as British Jungle Carbine rifle. I hope you liked this video and like videos like this. I want to do more things like this as well. But thank you so much for all your support. I hope you're all doing well. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I would love to have you as a subscriber. Please like, comment, and share, and hit the notification bell. And I thank you guys so much, and I'll be getting back to you soon.